everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to test out some new products by L'Oreal. A lot of people have been talking about these. I'm just a little bit late. I'm testing out the L'Oreal Infallible up to 24-hour fresh wear foundation, and I'm also testing out the concealers. Where are ya? I'm also testing out the Infallible Full Wear Concealers. One is in Amber 385 and the other one is 420 Cocoa. I'm going to use this one to contour with and this one to highlight and conceal. So I have been wearing this for about a week, but this was my first time working with these products. So I did create my makeup look using this foundation and the concealers. So if you want to find out my first impressions of these complexion products by L'Oreal, then just continue to watch. My shade is 505 Toffee. It's a pretty good match for me, so I do like that. So to start out with, I wish I could find a way to put things out in front of me in a very organized way, but I'm always in such a hurry that that doesn't happen. So that's why I'm always like looking for things. I picked up this E.l.f. Hello Hydration yesterday and I kind of like it. I tried it out yesterday. So I'm going to put this on as my moisturizer today. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. It contains hyaluronic acid and peptide complex, so that's good. So far, what I'm liking about it is it doesn't make my skin feel oily. It really absorbs into the skin very quickly. It hydrates the skin without feeling super heavy. I am going to try to use more drugstore products, but it's not going to be all drugstore. I'm going in with my E.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I love this primer, guys. I try really hard to find drugstore primers and I just haven't been successful until now. This one is really good. If you guys know of other drugstore primers that you like, let me know. So it blurs, but my skin doesn't feel oily. Alright, so now let's go in with the foundation. I'm going to use the Beauty Blender on one side and I'll use the brush on the other. So we'll start with the Beauty Blender. I've not used it with the Beauty Blender yet. I've only used it with the brush. In the morning, I don't have time for the Beauty Blender, even though I love it. So I'm going in with my Sapphire Beauty Blender, and I want to let you guys know something too really quickly. I washed this yesterday with the Beauty Blender soap. I put it in a little bag here to save it. Remember, I purchased a set of Beauty Blenders during the holidays. Each of the Beauty Blenders came with its own little soap. This is the cleanest that I've been able to get any Beauty Blender that I've ever used, and I use this quite a bit. That's a little tip for you guys that have a tough time getting the makeup out of your Beauty Blender. Maybe we should all be using the soap that they sell. Just a tip. Okay, I like this match. Okay, and I just put one pump, so we're just gonna put this all over. And I'm interested to see how it turns out with the Beauty Blender. I may need a little bit more on this side. But see how great of a match that is? I mean, wow, it is like skin. You can barely tell I am applying anything. And if I have to say, guys, some of my best matches as far as foundation have been some of my drugstore foundations. Like, they have great color matches for me a lot of times. They get it right in that department. So as you can see, it looks like skin, but gives you pretty good coverage. That was just one pump, and I feel like I'm gonna need a little bit more. And I do want to show you guys. Let me put it on my hand so that you can see the consistency. See how runny that is? So it is a very lightweight foundation. It is not super thick or heavy. So we're gonna go in with a little more on my forehead. And that was not quite a full pump that I put on my hand. And down the nose here. And just in a few areas where I know I have some blemishes. And I try to avoid where my concealer is going to be. I will get that area when I do concealer. Okay? So that is what the Beauty Blender side looks like. The Beauty Blender side. I'm so country. Okay, so now on to the brush. I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush. It's not super clean, but it's not super dirty either. This time, let me use my Sephora brush just to apply one pump. And we'll just apply this first. And then we will buff it out. Buffing it out with this Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. That's the brush side. Very skin-like. It is definitely, I think, buildable coverage. I would say this is a medium coverage for me right now. Not necessarily full coverage because I can still see any little dark spots. I can still see them, but I'm going to leave them. A lot of times when I apply my powder, my concealer, and everything else, a lot of those dark areas kind of take care of themselves.
I'm not sure about that.
I'm not talking to you. And I just kind of let them be. I don't even try to conceal them completely because I don't want a cakey look. So I'm just starting to go with just less, and I just let those imperfections stay there. The L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. That's what amber looks like. And we'll do one side at a time to be sure. Wow. I think this is similar to my Shape Tape color. What was my Shape Tape color? Tan, maybe, is my Shape Tape color. Okay, let's see what we got. It is very thick and it has that large doe foot applicator. Okay. I'm liking this coverage. Liking the coverage. Let's see. Not bad. I'm seeing one of my lines is extremely pronounced though. I'm going to add a little more because I also think I see a dark circle. This side has like a dark circle that drives me crazy. It's always a hard circle to cover. That's a little better. But I'm hoping when I add powder, I'm not going to see that line because right now I have a wrinkle right here that this is settling into. I'm going to leave it right now because I may need to go back over it with the brush, but I'm not sure how I'm feeling about it. It feels very luminous. Can you guys see that? Like it seems luminous. I don't know how I feel about that. It doesn't seem very matte. Let's go ahead and do the other side with the brush. I like the color. Definitely like the color. I didn't bring over what I usually use to buff out my concealer, so I will use this brush by Sephora. This is a Flawless Airbrush, and I have used this one for concealer before too. I just don't typically use it on camera. Oh, I feel like I might have put a little bit too much this time. So you don't have to put much. I'm liking the brush application, I think. But even with both of them, there's wrinkles under my eyes. So that they look the same, I'm going to go back over this side a little bit with the brush. I'll have to just see how it looks with powder to tell you guys how I'm feeling about it. And let's just go ahead and highlight here. I'll go back to the Beauty Blender for this part. Let's just see. I keep saying, all right, okay, all right, all right, okay. Okay. Just turn that down a little bit to make sure you guys can see me and I'm not too washed out. Okay. Oh, here's my Sigma brush. Let's see if that helps with the application. It's my favorite for concealer. 3D HD Kabuki brush. Okay, now if I say okay one more time, I'm going to use my Fenty banana powder. When I hauled this recently, I wasn't sure if it was going to be too yellow for me, but it ended up working out really nicely. So I'm going to use this. You can see it's very yellow. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it because of the lights. I've changed the settings on my camera, so it's getting harder to see things. Okay, maybe from here. See, that's kind of yellow. Here we go. Please no. Oh no! Power went out. Seriously? It's very windy today, so I guess, oh my gosh, my light came on. Okay, so it's kind of windy here, so I hope I'm able to finish this video. Okay, so here we go. Let's get our Fenty powder here and see what it does for me. My computer didn't stop and my camera didn't stop because those are battery powered and wireless, and so we're still recording, but we can't record without lights. I really am liking the Fenty powder. I like this. it does give a very beautiful finish. It's not too dry, but it does mattify, I think, pretty well. So it is a good powder, I think. Certainly worth the hype. Okay, so now we see with the powder on what will look like. I have another video that I'm going to also film today where I'm testing out some cream products. So I'm not going to set right here right now. I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit with you guys so you can see. Do you see this line here? You see it? Okay. On both sides. So that's a concern for me. It's not normally so pronounced with other products. I don't always see that with some of my other concealers. I forgot I was supposed to be trying this as well. I didn't put powder. I do this all the time. Oh my goodness. I didn't put powder down here, so let's just go ahead and see what this does. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I'm gonna put one dot and one dot. Okay, and then perhaps I'll get a couple of areas up here, but let's at least do down the side here so you guys can see this color. Whoa. I almost picked a deeper shade because I had a feeling this might be really red, but it's very pretty, but it is very red. So let's see if we can really blend this out. Okay, this is more like, to me, like what I might use to bronze with. I'm gonna take a little bit up here and just do whatever's left on the sponge. This is more something I might use to bronze my skin versus contour with. Okay, we're just gonna carry this on down up under the chin area. I don't know, did I overblend? Let's do a dot and try the brush or something. I don't know. Something happened. Let's use my brush here and try not to over blend it out. Add a little more. I feel like I just took it all off. I just don't think I like the shade for contour. Can this product work for contour? Probably, but I don't think I like the shade. It just seems too warm. And the more I blend it out, the more it just kind of disappears. Like this is a full wear, so it can be worn all over the face. So to me, the more I blend, the more it blends into my foundation. It's not staying, you know, defined. It's like you really can't blend them much at all if you want it to look like a contour. That's what it seems like. See how much I'm having to add, and then if I blend too much, it's gonna go away again. I feel like I'm packing on more product than I want to pack on my face. So I'm not gonna add any more, but that's what this looks like. Because this is a full wear product, I think this is a product that is better for people who want to just conceal. Like my daughter is really big on just concealing, and she just blends out her concealer areas where she needs it. She doesn't apply foundation. She just puts on a little bit of concealer. I don't even know that she powders. She does her blush and highlighter and things like that, and she sets with a setting spray. She's not a powder person. She wants that dewy, glowy look, and she would probably love products like this for that. You know, if you get one that's the shade of your foundation, this is probably how this might be better used. So let's just keep going though. Let's keep going, okay? So I'm just gonna continue to put on my makeup. You guys can stick around and watch, and then I'll sum everything up at the end and tell you guys my final thoughts on these two products.
So fragile, like it was built to break off the handle. How'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting feelings, but I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be slow down. I wanna live right now. I'm not worried, thinking about tomorrow. I'm feeling everything I need from you. It's all I believe in. I know you feel it too. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. 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 So fragile, like it was built to break off the handle. How'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting feelings, but I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
Alright everyone, so I have completed my makeup look and I am back. I'm going to talk to you guys about what I'm thinking of the foundation as well as the concealers. But before I do that, let me also say I might have been doing just a little bit too much today, but I was also testing out this Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow palette. I was filming another video. If you want to find out more about this product, then hop on over to that video. But because I was testing this out, I did some things differently in my foundation routine because two of the products here are cream. I can't quite tell if it's, you know, more dewy looking than it normally looks because I did something a little different. I will say though, the two products played really nicely together. You know, I'm applying all these products on top of my foundation. I didn't see the foundation get disturbed. So the foundation is still in place. Everything looks good, even though I applied a lot of other products on top. Let me just go ahead and say I really like the foundation. I have been wearing it for over a week now. I have a pretty good idea of what I think of it. The first day that I wore this, there are two ladies at work that always notice things that are different about my foundation, and they went crazy over how I looked that day. And I was wearing this, and I also was wearing the banana powder by FENTY. So I'm not sure if the FENTY powder was really making it look a little bit better, but they loved how this foundation looked. And it wore really well all day. Like, I don't think it got too oily or anything. It didn't break apart. It looked pretty good all day long. I don't know that I would say it's a 24-hour foundation. It can be worn a long time. Like, I did wear it one day and wore it many hours beyond my work day, but I had to touch it up with powder and reset everything, and then it could go a little bit longer. A lot of the foundations that claim to be 24 hours, I just don't always feel like it would stay on my face for 24 hours. Like, you know, it is long lasting. So it will make it through your work day and beyond. So that's a really good thing. That's a plus. One thing I didn't mention, because I've kind of gotten used to it, is this has a fragrance. It definitely smells like perfume. I don't smell it on me right now, so it's not a fragrance that lasts as you wear it, but it is definitely prominent as you are applying it. It's very lightweight, and I love the color match. This is a beautiful color match for me, so I really like that. And it doesn't really feel like I have anything on my skin, so I like that too. And it just smooths everything, and I feel like I'm not getting I don't feel like I'm getting like a ton of settling here. I like the foundation, so I give it an A+. I think it is really good. It is a little bit pricey at the drugstore, and at Ulta it's like $15. So I would recommend going to Walmart because I think it was $10 and something. Like it was closer to $11. It's less expensive at Walmart. Now about these concealers, I do not like how my under eyes look right now, and I've been doing things trying to make them look better. I use my little Tarte Shayla palette with the color corrector and tried to make it look a little better, but I don't really like it. I might try it one more time to see if it looks better with a different primer or something. I use my e.l.f. primer and I do like that primer, but it's kind of new to my collection too, so I'll try it with like my Tarte Clean Slate primer. I think that this is better for just the days when you want to put on concealer and go, not necessarily for like highlighting on top of foundation. I just don't like it, and I don't like this color. I might would like this better if it was a deeper color. This is actually too warm for me. It just blended away. You know, I had to keep applying and try not to over blend, and it was just something about it that I didn't really care for. So my makeup doesn't look bad, but I don't think that this made it look better. I think that it took away from how my makeup was looking already. So I wish right now that I had on my Tarte Shape Tape or that I had on my NARS Radiant Creamy. If I'm wearing a product that's making me wish for something else, then I probably don't like it. And back to the foundation, I think you can use the Beauty Blender or the brush, but I kind of like the brush application, just how it looked. But either way, it's probably fine. So I recommend this. This might be good for people who want to use it like to spot conceal and go without foundation, no makeup days, because it's a full wear product, not necessarily just a concealer. So I don't quite like it. These were like $10. These are expensive when you think about the price of concealer. If this foundation was only like $11, these are kind of pricey. You get a lot. I didn't talk about how much you get. This is 1 full ounce of foundation, and this is 0.33 full ounces of the concealer. So they look pretty large compared to other concealers. All right, everyone. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Please make sure that you thumbs up if you did. Also, if you have any questions or comments, leave them for me below and I will respond. And of course, if you've not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button before you leave. So I hope to see you guys again very soon in my next video. So until the next time we meet again, this is Savvy signing out.